How do you price a sports card when there are zero sales to compare it to? No recent sales, no price history, nothing. This is where most people guess and get it completely wrong. If you're new here, my name is Eric Michael. I've been buying and selling sports cards since 2015. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to price a Pop 1 card or any cards with no comps using the same approach experienced collectors use. And if you want the full step-by-step breakdown, I put a free PDF in the description below. You can use it anytime. Let's get into it. Cool. So I'm going to share my screen here and show you guys a little notepad because I need it here. And let's take this card, for example. This is the card I'm going to use. All right. This 2024 Gold Prism Michael Penix PSA 9. Now, first and foremost, this card, if you look it up on Card Ladder, there is a PSA 9 sale of $3,900. So I'm going to go over pricing Pop 1 cards in a few different ways. So this card's rare, and this card sold December 4th. Well, I'm speaking right now, it's a few months later. So this card is not worth $3,900 anymore. It's probably either worth more or less because we all know how much sports cards moves, right? So what's it worth today if you wanted to buy it? So the easiest route to do this is if you just go over to Market Movers, which is the app I like to use, and just find a common card. So a common card would be like a Silver Prism PSA 10. This card sells all the time. And this is very basic math here, and I do this probably daily, is I just look and see, okay, this card sold December 4th. Let's see what this card is doing December 4th. December 4th, you could see his Silver Prism PSA 10 was, let's call it right here, about $100. Today, the last sale is almost double. $195, $202, $203. So just about double. So if this card sold today, I'd put it at about $7,800. Now, where you can get an advantage on people in sports cards is a lot of people don't know how to do this, and they might price it at $6,000 or $5,000. Only looking at this last sale, but not realizing all of his other cards have went up. This card just hasn't went up yet because it doesn't sell a lot and there's no new sales. So that's how to price a card if there was only a sale a few months ago or beyond, okay? But let's pretend that this sale doesn't exist, okay? What's this card? How do you get to the price of this card if this sale isn't in existence? So simple. So what I do is I'll find another card, the same variation, the same product, the same year, but a similar player, but a different player. So let's look at a 2024 Gold Caleb Williams, right? Let's see if there's any sales of this. Gold Caleb Williams out of 10. Let's see. What is this card numbered to? This card, I believe it's 301 is the number. A Beckett 9.5 and a PSA 8 recently sold, okay? So I don't know what this is worth, right? But a gold, let's get rid of the bold, just to put some data here. A gold Caleb Williams Prism BGS 9.5 we just discovered sold for $48,000. That's pretty crazy, but that's what it sold for, $48K. And then the other piece of data we have here, because this is a rare card, there's not going to be a lot of sales of even different players like Bo Nix or any of them. But a PSA 8 sold for $22,800. So gold, Caleb Williams, Prism, PSA 8 sold for $22K. So just me being in sports cards, because I've been doing this a while, I can make the inference or the educated guess that a Prism PSA 9 would be worth in the 30 to 33K ballpark. Okay, this is a rough guess, but it helps being in sports cards. But it's somewhere between a PSA 9 would be obviously between a PSA 8 and a Beckett 9.5. So then the question is, a gold Penix, what's it worth? All right, and it's simple. So Market Movers actually makes this really easy. You can compare lower end cards and see how much more or less the player is. So let's take a Silver Prism PSA 10 because this is a common card that sells frequently. Let's take Penix's, and if you click right here, you can click compare. And then let's look at Mr. Caleb Williams. Mr. Caleb Williams is right there. And you can make, from this chart, you can see Michael Penix does about 195, about 200, And right now, right, Caleb Williams, 820, 890, 798, 851. It hovers around $800, maybe a little bit more. So from this chart, I can easily say that Caleb Williams is worth about 4 times Michael Penix, right? Pretty obvious from this chart. So if we take this number, right, let's call it $32,000, and then we divide that number by 4 because Michael Penix is worth, or Caleb Williams is worth 4 times more than Penix, you can see that a Penix Gold PSA 9 would roughly equal $8,000. Okay. And isn't that interesting that this number equates to exactly this sale, or excuse me, not this sale, but Penix Gold at 10, PSA 9. If you remember in the beginning of this video, right, I was talking about how to find a sale of something if there hasn't been a sale in a while, right? And we did the math and we discovered that this card right here, this card that sold December 4th, his value is about double since then. So it comes to about $7,800. That number is eerily close to this number, right? So these are the different ways how to find sales of cards that either A, have no sales, you find other similar players, their lower end cards, and see how much more or less it is, and then just do the math. Or if the card hasn't sold in 5 months, you just look at a base level card of the player because there's frequent sales and see how much more or less the card is, or the player is. And I do this all the time, and this gives you a huge competitive advantage because you're able to comp cards out where other people don't know what they're worth. And all businesses at the end of the day, sports cards, real estate, stocks, anything, it's just having an information advantage. That's really all it is. So hopefully, let me stop my share. Hopefully that helped you out just a little bit. That took me a long time to learn. I know I did it in a 5-minute video, but it took me years to learn that. There's a free PDF down below in the description of exactly what I'm talking about. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Cool. Hopefully that helped you guys out. I know that helped me out. All right. I wish someone showed me that to help me out. All right. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday as well. Love the content. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. We can begin the callers. So the phone number's down below, 813-618-2075. Call in, ask questions. Don't ask questions. Try to ask questions. Try to not just call and ramble. And if you are calling, just call once. You'll be in the queue. Just once. I promise. You don't have to call 5 times. All right. Mr. Safe.
Good morning. You look sharp today.
I look sharp. Thank you very much. I was told that the black suit is what looks best with the background behind me.
Black suit, it's a little devilish. The black suit, not you, but I prefer black, and So I have a question.
Go for it.
I started listening to you about 4 months ago.
That's it.
5
really?
months ago. I started becoming a participant. Let's talk about that.
All right.
So I was maybe just 1 second. I'm on the phone. So I started listening to you and becoming a participant actively about 5 months ago.
All right.
And we talked about Otani, and 5 months ago you said he's hot. I'm not gonna come close to his cards.
Oh yeah.
Because they are a little bit overpriced and there's a hype, and you like to get in low and and cards.
Yep.
Now they are literally double what the value.
I know. I do. I think they're more than double. I was looking at I've never seen anything like this. But if you look at I was looking the other day, which is why I know. But if you look at an Otani card, Otani Bowman Chrome, just like his Bowman Chrome non-auto PSA 10. This card, since the end of the off season, after they won the World Series, which would be about early November. This card is about actually yeah okay yeah it's almost double. You're right. It's almost double.
Well, I mean, I wasn't trying to be right in the math department.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was trying to make a point that
Yes.
that they are up. So, given say that, I mean, we're all human. You're not a fortune teller, neither anybody of us. So
Yep.
we don't know. But like, okay, so in I feel like, and I want to pick your brain. I want you to talk about that because I know that you probably think of that. I know that there's like market share, like there's certain amount of money. Like for example, the market share. The other day, I saw the market share for the Fleer Jordan 86. It's $90 million. So basically, there's $90 million that's kind of going back in and out for the Fleer Jordan. So do you feel like the overall market has money in it, and that money usually get increased by increasing the number of collectors?
Wait. Say that one more time because you cut out for a second.
So let's say the market share of the hobby. Let's say people are not investing in real estate, not investing in stocks. They're just dumping money in cards.
Yep.
Let's say this number is X, and that number is obviously getting bigger every day because people are because the collector pool is increasing and not decreasing. People are not quitting the hobby; they are kind of coming in the hobby. So that number is increasing. However, do you feel like the print run of the companies is going to dilute that market share? Because there's only 2 rookie cards for Wayne Gretzky's. Well, technically 3 if you assume that the sports broadcaster, the big card is but there's only Topps and OPG 2 rookie cards for Gretzky versus there are like about 200 of Otanis. Do you feel like the money it's going to get diluted? So basically, the prices is going to kind of like flatten down a little bit, and the price is going to go less steep? Or you feel like no, on the contrary, the market, like some cards, going to become absolutely worthless, and they're going to be drawn to only the iconic cards, and that's going to boom really hard.
Yeah. So there's a lot to that question, but at the end of the day, sports cards, like buying a card and what dictates a card's value going up or down, it's just basic economics. So it's driven, like the number one thing of a card, it's driven by the player. Is he playing well or not well? Just like a stock, right? Is the company doing well or not well? And even sometimes when a company doesn't do well, but let's say Tesla's not doing well, but Elon Musk's says, hey, next year we're going to be launching this Roadster XYZ truck crazy flying thing, and there's a lot of hype. Well, what happens? The stock goes up. Just like in sports cards, a player could play like shit, but in the offseason, if there's hype, it'll go up. So it's always dictated by that. And then alongside of that is the print run of his cards. So as time goes on and the hobby gets bigger, the print run gets more and more because there's more people in the hobby. But it's just reflected in the price. So Jaden Daniels, for example, if his Silver Prism PSA 10, there's tons of them. But 5 years ago or 6 years ago, when Justin Herbert's silver cards were made, there's probably half, if not less. So if there were half of Jaden Daniels, Silver Prism Jaden Daniels cards that there are today, and they didn't make the print run, it would be worth more just because the supply is less, right? If the supply is less, demand goes up. So it's twofold. If a player is a good player, just because they have a lot of cards, it will never be at zero. It's just dependent on the print run. And then it's also dependent on obviously like certain cards. Like certain cards are just better than others and more desirable. But no, like Otani's rookie cards, they are what they are. They've been printed. There's not tons of them because they weren't printing cards like they do today in 2018. So therefore, if he maintains playing well, they're always going to be what they're at, if not more, maybe up, down a little bit. But that's why, in 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth is so valuable there's probably
Mhm.
only 5 to 10,000 in the world total.
Mhm.
So yeah, if that answers your question.
So it does actually. So basically, even if you've never said it, but basically, the way that you look at you, like as you run your business,
Yeah.
when you invest and not flip, because you remember we actually I asked you that question, is that there are multiple folds of how you conduct your business, and you actually
When you
list
say
them down. You
business, are
said
you talking about me flipping sports cards or me teaching people how to flip sports cards?
no, no, not teaching.
All right, so
Teaching
just
is a
flipping,
different business.
flipping. Okay.
It's just flipping and investing. You said, well, you flip and invest. So basically, I really should be investing money and not just flipping. So flipping is another story. If I find a kaboom uh, for a certain amount of dollars that I know that I can sell it 6 tables down for 20% more, of course that's flipping. I'll do it all day, regardless if I don't even know the player. Uh, but I'm talking about investing. It's actually way much better to invest when they stop printing. And cards that already stopped, at least you know
Uh,
that.
I mean, my general theory. My general theory is I will never invest. I will never invest long term in a player that's playing, ever. Uh, so it like long term investing is it's just like I guess I don't fully understand your question. Are you asking me when should you long term invest or only do it after they stop printing
No,
the cards?
exactly. So basically, there is like, yeah, that's my question. Is that if they are printing something, this is not something to invest. Meaning, rookie right now, never hold,
Yeah.
regardless who they are.
But
Is that cool?
like a and once again, I don't know how like exactly printing the cards works, but take a Jaden Daniels silver prism. They're done printing those cards. They're not going to print anymore. All the boxes are out in existence, or almost all of them. It doesn't mean you should just start buying Jaden Daniels cards because they're done printing them, right?
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, twofolds. Okay, so basically, no printing and no active players. That's fair. I
For
mean,
long
I mean,
term, but it's
preferably in heaven.
yeah, for long
so
term,
so no chance of domestic issues.
yes. Um,
or fictional characters like Luffy and Charizard.
yeah, those guys. I wish I knew how to invest in those guys long term. Because I just have I barely know how. Like I know vintage Pokemon. I have a few. Actually, I flipped my first Pokemon card successfully at a or one of the maybe not the first, but one of the first at a card show,
Yeah.
like a vintage Pokemon. Actually, I should say it was a oh shit, Kavi. What was the Pokemon card? Oh damn, I forgot.
Well,
It was
it's one of those. But I'll tell you something with Pokemon. I mean, with Pokemon and TCG in specific, you see how One Piece got like really hot uh,
yeah.
uh, about about a year ago, or not even 6 months ago. It cooled off a little bit,
Yep.
but actually, and that's because 2 years ago they revamped. I mean, I'm not sure if you know, but One Piece came out as an anime same time that Pokemon came out. So it's
Okay.
kind of like the same.
Yeah,
So
30 years ago or about or something like that, right?
exactly. However, One Piece they just revamped their anime about 2-3 years ago, and they came up with a better game and stuff like that. So the cards start to pick up, and 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 Luffy is just the guy, is the Charizard of that. So I mean, that guy will not going to go away. And
Yeah.
believe it or not, there is another, and I'm going to give you a tip to the audience. It's not an advice, not financial advice. There's another anime. It's called Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm not sure if you know it.
I have no idea.
So Jujutsu Kaisen is actually number one anime in Japan, and it's been there for also ever, and it's the biggest one, and everybody loves it. And they just roll TCG, and it starts to creep up. The grails of that, the cards, the grails from that, from Union Arena. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the company. They print out TCG cards. Uh, So those cards, when they first dropped, they were like $100 in a PSA 10. Now they are $1,000 in a PSA 10. And those cards are the grails. Like, you're getting the 52 mantle. And I picked up like couple of these cards because I know the anime and the game are there. It's just the only thing is just to wait for the hype of the TCG to follow. Just like what happened with One Piece, exactly.
Interesting. I will have to look that up because it's always good to be ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
But safe. We have a massive queue. As much as I like talking to you, I gotta
have a good one, man.
I gotta go off. But yeah, dude, call in. Let me know. Hopefully that long term investing print run question helped you out.
Absolutely did. Thank you so
much. All right, safe. You have a good one. All right. Actually, I apologize. The first caller I accidentally skipped over, Mr. Oxford, Mississippi. So I'm calling you back now.
Hello.
Hey, you have Eric. You are live.
It's John from Mississippi.
What's up, John from Mississippi? How can I help?
I have a question, bud.
Do it.
And I think I know the answer, but I was wondering if this has ever happened to you.
Okay.
So I bought a J.J. McCarthy back in January.
Yep.
And maybe it's my mistake from not keeping up with it or making a spreadsheet, but I just got a notification this morning that it's going to ship out. So we're in March. So I didn't know.
What is it? Where did you buy it?
eBay. And I already contacted eBay and said, hey, I know I bought this card in January of 22, and so just now got the notification that it's going to ship out. So
that I've never seen that happen. So What would your question to me be?
Okay, the question is, Eric, so to keep track of what you're buying, because I know you probably buy a lot of cards.
Yeah.
Are you actually putting that, the date you bought it in a spreadsheet to help keep up with what's coming in,
Yep. Yeah, so the best way to do it
yes, sir,
is you want a spreadsheet. On the spreadsheet, the first thing is the date you bought it, what card it is, a link to the listing or like the order details page or whatever that is, and then a link to the eBay seller you bought it from, because this spreadsheet will turn into almost like a customer base where you could go back, because if you bought a card from someone once, odds are you could do it again. So going back, it makes it really easy. Is it graded, or are you grading it? If you are grading it, what company is it going to? The order submission number with PSA, then how much you spent on grading, then how much it's sold for, then how much you actually netted, then who you sold the card to. So make sure their phone number's in there, their Facebook link or eBay link or whoever. That's what you want in there. It's a huge pain in the ass, and it does get confusing when you start to trade. So you start to go to a card show, you start to trade. So you just kind of have to do your best. You just kind of have to do your best and piece out what you're actually into each card for. So when you're at a card show, if you ever do go to one, I just have on my notepad, like my notes in my phone, just me writing down, traded Jackson Dart for these two cards. Then later on, when I go home, I figure out exactly what I'm into the Jackson Dart card for based on what I paid for the other cards. And that's my purchase price now on the spreadsheet, if that makes sense.
It does, yes. I figured that's how you did it. But yes. So that helps a lot. And I have a Zoom call at 11 something with, I think it's John. So
oh, nice, cool. Yeah, John is our Coach John is, I think he's our longest tenured employee. So
great.
He's been with us for almost 5 years. So hit him with any questions. He'll know just as much as me.
Okay, Eric. I appreciate it, bud.
All right, man. You have a good one.
See you.
Bye. All right, that was Oxford, Bradenton, Florida. Right here. Home of the Pirates, spring training, right?
Hello?
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
Hey, Eric.
What's up? Who's calling?
Zach.
Zach. First time caller?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, I am.
Well, welcome, Zach. How can I help?
I've got 3 questions. One,
go.
I would like your help to figure out a value of a card.
Okay.
It is
It's a non-rookie. It's a C.J. Stroud out of 99 National Treasures.
What year?
2025.
Now, did you look on card letter?
Yes, I did, but it is 7 out of 99, so it's jersey matched.
Yeah, it's not a rookie card, so that'll give it like a 10 to 20% bump. Is it
Okay.
Yeah, it's non-auto?
No, it's not. No. Just like a base card.
Yeah, I see it. $10.
Okay, I gotcha. And then I have a Jack Caglione auto out of 499. It's not. It doesn't have the first Bowman in the corner, but it's like the prospect card. And I was looking on Market Movers, and I was looking at like what it went for as a PSA 9 and a PSA 10.
Yep.
And it seemed like it didn't have much premium to get the card graded. So I was wondering if that was on purpose or not on purpose, if that was like typical for a card like that, or is it those sales just haven't come out yet?
Let me see. So what's the card? Is it 2024?
It's 2025.
2025.
Yeah.
And then Bowman Chrome?
Yes.
And then auto or no auto?
Yes, it's an auto out of 499. It's the refractor.
Okay. So let's see. I see here this card raw is like 150.
Yes.
A PSA 9 to 200. This card, I could tell you just from being in cards. This card is a 10, sold for 415. It's worth it to get it graded.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And then my last question is, because I've been getting into grading and I'm about to send off my first submission, and I was wondering if looking at other cards, like I have a Trevor Lawrence Disco that is off center like pretty heavily, but I was looking at PSA 10s of this card, and there are ones that are 10s that are off center. So,
well, PSA is harder now than they were when those cards were probably graded. So if you're telling me it's off centered, I would not send it in for grading.
Okay, thank you.
Sweet. Is that it?
All right. Yes.
All right, Zach. Well, you're the man. If you have any further questions, feel free to call in.
All right, I will.
All right, bye. That was Mr. Zach. This is New York 646 area code. New York City.
Hello.
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
How you doing? I was just wondering, do you think it's worth collecting a lot of the Panini product that's around now, since it's going to be discontinued in 26? Do you think the value of the cards are going to go up tremendously?
No, it is. It's not the right question to ask, because it's just dependent on the player. Like a CJ Stroud rookie that was made by Panini, if he plays really well, it'll go up a lot. If he doesn't play well, it'll go down. It's like when Panini took over the license in 2012 for basketball. LeBron James rookie cards were tops 2003. They didn't just go up because Panini took over the license. They went up because he was a really good player. So it's just dependent on the player. It doesn't matter.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. To the point. Just like I would expect from New York. Orlando. I probably shouldn't say where these people are calling from, right? I wonder if the prank caller is going to come back. I don't know if you guys saw that prank caller. That was funny.
Hello?
Hey, you have Eric. You are live.
Hey, Eric. How you doing?
What's up, man? Who's speaking?
Good. Anthony.
Anthony, first-time caller?
Yeah, first-time caller.
Well, welcome, Anthony. How can I help?
I just got a question. I recently bought a lot of graded. I bought a couple of Shoeis, and I bought a LeBron. My interest was bigger than LeBron, so I bought a LeBron draft pick BGS 8.5.
Okay.
Rookie. So I was thinking, should I? It was BGS. I was thinking about cracking it and sending it to PSA. So the subgrades, I got corners, I got a 9.5. Surface, I got a 9.5. Century, and I got an 8.5. And the edges, I got 8.5.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Let me look this up real quick. So which one is it? Is it 2003?
2003, yeah, draft picks, tops.
Okay, so it's the one of him holding the jersey.
Yep, correct. Yep.
All right, let me just look this up. So BGS 8.5 does like
I saw the last sale was 400, I believe, and then after that it's 330s, 340s, all over the place.
yeah. Where are you? Let me just 221. So this card is like 330 to $400 ish. And then this say the subgrades one more time.
So the subgrades, I got the corners 9.5, surface 9.5, centering 8.5, and the edges 8.5. So would you send it or would you keep it as a BGS 8.5?
I need a picture to be able to see, but
to my appeal. So I usually send stuff to Beckett, but I bought this one Beckett. But it's to my eye appeal, it looks clean. Like
it sounds like it's clean, but it's about the centering. What I would do. So the only way for it to make sense for you to send it into PSA is if it gets a PSA 9.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
and that's the goal, to get a PSA 9.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would look at other PSA 9s on eBay and compare the centering and see if any are similar to yours.
Okay.
That I would need to see the card. It's hard for me to say without it, but that's what I would do. If you think the centering could pass, let it rip, because the corners are good, which is very good.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was thinking. I saw the corners, and the corners are sharp, they're clean. And the centering, to be honest, doesn't look that bad. Like I'll take your advice and I'll look at other.
Yeah, if you're saying it's not that bad, I mean, I'd let it rip. I with almost the same subgrades, it was an Otani Bowman Chrome Auto Atomic. This was a year and a half ago, but I paid $10,000 for it with Beckett, and then I crossed it to PSA and it got it. All right, I cracked it, sent to PSA, I got a 10, and I sold it for like a $20,000 profit. So if the corners are good, that's really good. You just want to make sure that Beckett kind of screwed up on the centering, and they were
exactly correct. And so because I believe the PSA 9s are going for like 6ish.
Yeah, like,
these.
Yeah, like little like 6 to 650.
Yep. So I mean, I bought it. I bought a lot. I bought this one. I bought a Shohei Otani Gypsy Queen. I bought a Shohei Otani Topps Update PSA 9. The Gypsy Queen's a PSA 10. I bought a lot, like a whole bunch of stuff for like $1,000. So I mean, I kind of got a good deal out of it. But my thing was this one, because I can make a little bit more money on this one.
Yeah. So it sounds like you might want to send it in because you're saying it's centered, but yeah, just look.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Bye-bye. We have a no caller ID calling, and that's crazy. Maybe that's the prank caller. All right, Callie. I know, Randy, right? I've answered that question 1,000 times, but you can't blame people if they're new to the podcast. They haven't seen it. Trust me, I know I answer that question about 5 times a week on here. You may have asked it yourself, Randy, when you first, maybe at first, but now you've heard it a bunch of times. We're calling you back, Modesto, and no answer. No answer from Modesto. Orlando. Is the queue open? I think the queue might be open. I think people just called in. Orlando. Yeah, the queue is open for sale. Yes, it is. Yep, queue's open. So one of you fine people call in with a question. I'll wait on you guys, but I'll answer some questions in the comments while we're at it. Let's see. Just sent my first 5 cards to PSA. Thank you for the advice. You're welcome. Buenos dias. Thank you, Walter. Love the content. Thank you very much. Hi, buddy. What's up, buddy? Brian says, hi, Eric. I heard you say last week a good idea is to send in a few cards each week to be graded. I did that once, and they came back with lower grades than I was expecting. I'm talking with people after they said the cards need to be wiped down. Yeah, So if you're getting, 7s and 8s, it's just a lack of skill. It's a skill that requires you doing it over and over again to get good at it. Hey, you have Eric. You are live.
Hey, how you doing? It's Kyle, New Jersey.
What's up, Kyle? How can I help?
Quick question for you. So, I have two questions actually.
Yeah.
First one, just got a Malik Neighbors explosive back for tag 10.
Nice.
I mean, I know tag is not on the same level value-wise as PSA. Are you holding on to that? I mean, I'm not pressed to sell it. I'm not pressed for cash or anything like that, but are you holding that till it gets closer to the season or just flipping it and moving on to the next?
Personally, if it was mine, I would not hold it. Usually receivers sometimes, but usually not, don't get much of a bump as quarterbacks do. So I don't really mess with receivers, but if I have, I just sell it right away.
Okay, no problem. Second question is, I have a bunch of cards off at PSA waiting to get back. Some older stuff. I got a Jordan, LeBron. I just sent out a rookie Shohei. Now, cards like that, they come back pretty decent, 9 or 10. Are you holding those guys or are you selling those? I mean, again, I'm going to sell them eventually, but are you holding on to see if value goes up or just taking and move on?
So, take Otani, for example. The way I think about it is all about opportunity cost. So, if you hold Otani, let's say his value doubles in the next year. Great. Probably not going to happen, but great. I still think I can make more money with that money today than I can make more than doubling it in the next year if you gave me like $1,000 today. So I'd rather not have that Otani for $2,000 in a year. I would rather take the money and flip it. So I don't hold anybody that is currently playing unless it's the off season. I'm like buying specifically low and holding it for a few months, like you've probably seen me talk about. But yeah, I don't hold anyone. It'll always be the same answer for me. And obviously sometimes I'm wrong, but I've seen it work more times than not.
Okay. I think that's it. That's all I got. There's just two quick questions.
Well, sweet, Kyle. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, just feel free to call in the future.
All right, you got it. Thanks, man.
All right, Kyle. Later.
See you.
Modesto, you're back. Oh, we have a Toronto. We have a Toronto on the horizon. Hopefully I don't get billed roaming right by my carrier. I'm going to have to charge the person.
Eric.
What's up, man? You got Eric?
Yeah, this is Michael from California. How you doing?
What's up, Michael? How may I be at your service?
Yeah, so I'm fairly new to the game, so to speak. Just discovered your content about 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
And kind of going back and listening to your stuff. You said if it has, if you only see one flaw, go ahead and send it out. And I was kind of curious about dimples because I'm looking at two cards here. I got two silver prisms. One of them's got a decent dimple in it, and the other one's got two smaller dimples. So are those worth sending out to try to get them jammed?
Odds are it won't gem, but I would need to see the dimple. But yeah, the two dimples, you're probably not. The one dimple, maybe if the rest of the card is perfect, it's perfectly centered, the corners are perfect, like that back top right corner is perfect, then I would send it out. Expect a 9, hope for a 10, but even if it gets a 9, you should be okay, depending on what you paid. But yeah, if there's two dimples, I would not send it out if you could see it easily.
Okay, all right, perfect. And then the rest of the card looks good on the one that has one dimple. And then the piggyback off of that, so if I'm receiving cards that I don't feel like are going to jam, should I just go turn around and sell those right away, or should I, wait until close to the season starting and maybe sell those raw cards then?
It depends on your budget. So if you don't need the cash, hold. If you do need the cash, it's worth it to sell today. To buy more.
Okay. Perfect. That's all I got for you, Eric.
All right. Well, thanks, man. Any future questions, just feel free to call in.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye. We got Toronto. What do you think? Is it going to be a hockey question?
Your call cannot be completed at this time.
Oh, Toronto. I'm having trouble calling you, Toronto, so you might have to call back. I'll give you like 45 seconds to call back before I move on because it might be weird me outbound calling another country. It might not let me for some reason. What is this guy trying to say already? I'm not sure who you're referencing. You have Eric. You are live.
Hey, what's going on, Eric? It's your boy Troy, man. We met last year at the Dallas Card Show. I was trying to remember that Tom Brady card that I bought. I couldn't remember at the time, but yeah, I'm calling you, Eric. When would you give up on a player, man? I went in real heavy on Burrow. I'm from Louisiana. I watched the guy, what he did. And I mean, I went in heavy on him, but his career's not panning out like I thought. I believe in Burrow, but man, the guy plays for a fucking moronic coach. And I just think his career is being wasted. So I Googled when a quarterback's prime career is, like 26 to 30. Burrow's 29 going into 30 this year. At what point should I cut my loss and just, I don't want to hold him to the end and then he turns out to be a Joe Flacco or something like that. Like, wanted to get your take on that.
So if it was my cards, you're talking to somebody that I'd never hold a player that's currently playing. I would just wait a few months till the season gets closer. It'll probably go up a little bit, sell it and move on. I give the same answer to everybody. I never hold players long term because even someone is, 2 years ago, who would have thought Burrow's value would be what it is today? It happens all the time, like 9 times out of 10. So I never hold anybody ever. So I would give up. I would give up today if it was me.
Even as an investor, even like I said, I'm not a flipper, not like that. I bought into him like an investor, right? Crazy as it sounds, I thought he could be a Brady. I know crazy thoughts, but what he did at LSU, I really thought he would take that path. Maybe not 7 championships, but I thought at least 4 or 5 he could pull out. So I'm more of an investor. I buy and hold for the long term, and then
Well, even this is just what I've seen in sports cards. Even investing long term into players, it's just a bad investment because 9 out of 10 end up playing like not what you think because there's so many factors in it. It's not only Burrow's a really good player, but his team sucks, his defense sucks, players get hurt,
Right.
he's in a really tough division. So many factors have to align for a guy to go up in value. Just like look at all the quarterbacks in the past 5 years who have been drafted. And I can go down the list right now. QBs drafted in first round in past 5 years, right? And if you just go down this list, come on, Google, give me this. So right, look at all these guys like Cam Ward, bad. Caleb Williams, Caleb Williams' value is up a little bit. Jaden Daniels down. Drake May up, obviously. Penix down a lot. McCarthy down a lot. Bo Nix is the same. Bryce Young's down a lot. Stroud is down a lot. Anthony Richardson's down a lot. Kenny Pickett is in the absolute gutter. Trevor Lawrence is down a lot. Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, they're all down a lot. The only player out of that in the past 5 years out of all the guys drafted that's up is excluding the 2025 draft because forget about that because their cards are new. The only one who's up a lot is Drake May. Like if I talk to you in 6 months from now or like a year from now, I bet you that card will be worth half of what it is today. So it's just a bad investment. It's too hard. It's just really
I
really
think
hard.
about even Aaron Rodgers. His cards aren't no. I mean, I was looking at something getting that return like a Tom Brady type GOAT type style. I'm wanting to to go up massively. But yeah, you look at Aaron Rodgers, good career, great quarterback, but value. I guess if you bought his rookie and held it now, you're probably up. But you're not 10x or nothing like a Tom Brady or something.
Yeah. I mean, a Tom Brady only comes along once every few decades. So
right, Eric. Right, exactly.
Good luck trying to find out who that is. And once everybody finds out who that is, aka Mahomes, his value's already skyrocketed. So it's just like in my sports card journey, the only guy since I started in 2015, I'm trying to think here. I'm probably missing a few, but the only guy that has seen like Tom Brady like returns, and I have seen everybody come through. Like Luka Doncic at one point was worth boatloads of money, and Tyler Hero in basketball, and Baker Mayfield. The only guy is Mahomes, who has like achieved like GOAT status of cards, and his cards are worth tons. And I sold a bunch of them for like $600, and now his contender cards are like 30, 40 grand. It's part of the game.
Right.
If I held every other player I bought, I'd be way down in the net. So it's just impossible. It's almost an impossible game to play.
Right. I'm saying, like you said, there's factors that are out of his control. That, yeah, you're right, man. Eric, thank you so much, bro. Keep up the good work, man. What you're doing. Watch the videos, man, and hope to meet you again at the Dallas Car Show.
Hey, sounds good, man. Thanks for calling.
Yes, sir, brother. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Hey, Toronto. Sorry, I saw you call. I'll give you a minute to call. Sorry, I saw you. I was on the phone with. It's not letting me outbound call you, so I'll give it a minute, Mr. Canada. Sorry about that. Xavier Burrow, you're an LSU fan. PC. Bad advice. I'm an LSU homer too. I'm giving bad advice. Damn. I don't know, man. Look at all the quarterbacks who have been drafted. I can keep going down the list. Herbert's down a lot. Burrow's down a lot. Tua. Hurts is probably up a little bit since he's been drafted. But the next year, right? Kyler Murray. When was Josh Rosen? Was Josh Rosen? 2018 was Josh Rosen. All right, there we go. Canada. Hey, you got Eric. You are live.
Hey, Eric. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, sorry, I couldn't call you. It wasn't letting me call you back.
It's no problem.
But who's calling?
Just a quick question. It's Freddie from Toronto.
Cool.
Quick question.
Welcome.
I collect a lot of slabs, 10s, decent cards type of thing. I saw once that you purchased a card on eBay, and I think you had it transferred to your alt account.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, where do you find is the best place to sell graded slabs, like over $1,000 type of thing, well, PSA 10s? Like, what's the difference between PSA, selling on eBay, or myself selling it to alt?
Nothing. They're all going to sell for about the same. Some have a little bit more fees than others. The best place to sell cards, in my opinion, are card shows. Card shows and also people you know. So selling on social media, Instagram, building connections, getting people's phone numbers, and then selling to those people repeatedly. Those are the best place to sell. Like, people ask me where's the best place to sell. Like, a silver prism Jaden Daniels is going to sell this almost the same no matter where you sell. There's no magical place. The only magical place is selling to someone who you've done business with in the past, so you don't pay fees. There is no magical and card shows are really good because people will overpay. Whatnot is also good. People will overpay, but I would go like the social media route or bring the cards to a card show. You have a big card show a few times a year in Toronto, so
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. So yeah, thanks for your help, and you're awesome at what you do, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Salt Lake City, Utah.
Hello.
Hey, you have Eric. You are live.
Hey, Eric. This is Nolan from Utah.
What's up, Nolan? How may I be at your service?
I got a question for you.
Go for it.
About Roman Anthony. Is he worth investing in? Baseball?
Now, you must be late to this podcast. Did you hear what I said to the last guy and the guy before?
For Roman Anthony?
Not Roman Anthony, but just in general. I never hold players, like me just personally, I never hold players that are playing because it just usually doesn't end up well. I know Roman Anthony's really good, but his value is already sky high. So you're talking to someone that's always going to say no to that question. No matter, even if you like asked me about anybody, I would always say no.
So do you think that it's worth getting those cards that if you have already graded?
Wait, say that one more time.
Okay, so I picked up a Roman Anthony pink big ticket.
Yep.
I bought it. I got it in a box. I ripped the box and from Walmart, $40 box.
Okay.
And do you
Nice.
think it would be worth grading?
Well, let's see.
If it all looks out really good.
What's the card worth?
I believe right now on Market Movers, it's showing that the last one sold for like $50 or $60 in between there.
Pink big ticket. Probably not. I would sell it as is. I don't think it'll go up a ton as a PSA 10, especially because the season's about to start and his hype, unless he keeps playing like crazy, which obviously could happen. His hype will probably die. I wouldn't. I would just sell it, especially he's up right now from the World Baseball Classic. So like the last sale is like $50. I would just sell it for that and move on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the one that called about the Caleb Williams press proof gold a while back ago, maybe a year ago, maybe.
I wish I could tell you I remember, but people ask me a lot about a lot of different cards. So
And you told me to sell it, so I sold it for, you said $500, so I sold it for $500.
yep.
And it's now up to $2,500. My exact card that I sold is now selling for $2,500.
That's always painful. I wish it was a card of JJ McCarthy, then it would be worth like $20. But are you sure? Because Caleb Williams' value isn't up that much. It's up a little bit since the beginning of the season.
No, it's actually in the PSA vault. My exact card, the serial number and everything is all in the exact PSA vault.
It's sold for $2,500, or the guy's asking $2,500.
I sold it for $500, and then I looked like 3 weeks later, and it sold for $1,000. So it doubled, and then that exact card sold for $1,700. So now it's on sale in the PSA vault for $2,500.
Oh, okay. So the guy's asking $2,500. When did you ask me about that? I want to look it up.
This was like, I can't remember. I think it was almost. I can't remember.
Was it before the season?
No, it was like there were like 3 games. It was like 3 games. So they lost 2 games, the Bears last year.
Yeah.
I'm a Bears fan. They lost 2 games, and then they won 4 games. So I can't remember. It was like the 6th game is when I ended up selling.
Yeah. Is it? It's a picture. It's him in his Blue Bears jersey, Donruss press proof gold, right?
Correct.
I see the last sale here. I see the sales. There's a 2 PSA 10s just sold for $1,725. But also keep in mind, like legally and technically speaking, I'm not allowed to give you financial advice. I just tell you what I would do if it was my card.
Yeah, I got you.
So, but yeah, of course, like I am wrong a bunch, but usually it's just like you have to think of this like a like poker, right? It's just minimizing your losses, maximizing your gains, and trying to make the best decisions possible. If that card was Penix, it would be worth much less. So, but yeah, his value did go up a little bit, obviously because they made the playoffs and then they played well in the playoffs, but it's part of the game, man. I wish I can go back and get all the Mahomes cards that I sold for $600 that are now worth $30,000, but you can't.
So, do you think that his value is going to go down since they traded DJ Moore?
Well, his value will probably steadily go up as the season gets closer, and then once the season starts, I mean, it's like playing roulette. Who knows? My just general opinion, I think Ben Johnson's a really good coach, and the Bears are going to be good. So I think it'll like maintain-ish his value, what it is now. I don't think he's going to have an incredible MVP season. I don't think he's going to have a bad season either. So I think it'll stay somewhere around where it is. But like, who knows, right? He can get injured or he can win an MVP, right? Who the hell knows? Like my only hunch on the NFL season is I think CJ Stroud is going to go up a lot. And I think that the Texans are going to be the best team in the league. Could be wrong, obviously.
Okay, so a question here. I traded a 5x7 downtown Laporta.
Okay.
And a Brock Purdy white disco or whatever this year. It's just a regular Brock Purdy. I traded those 2 cards for a CJ Stroud bronze contour. And it's numbered to 75.
Okay.
Can you help me look? I can't find anything on it. Like I can't even find anything like whatsoever on that card.
And you looked?
I've looked.
So what year is it?
Card ladder. What was that?
What year is it? The card?
2024.
2024 Stroud, and it's numbered to 75. You said?
Yes, to contours.
So it's
Phoenix contours.
Oh, Phoenix. Phoenix. CON
COURS. Contours.
CONTOURS, right?
Yes.
Now, I looked and I see a sale immediately for $12, $10, $8. Maybe you spelt it wrong. But yeah, it's worth about like
Is
10
that
bucks.
market movers or is that
Card ladder? Yeah, market mover sometimes doesn't populate all the sales, but this is card ladder.
and that's a bronze?
Correct.
Okay.
Sweet. Well, cool. Let me run because I do have a bunch of callers waiting. But
right.
hopefully I helped you out, man, and good luck on the journey, and call back in with any future questions.
All right. Thank you much.
All right, bye. Man. Gotta look. Gotta look before asking me, or else you look silly. Oh. Calling you, Buffalo.
Hello?
Hey, you have Eric. You are live.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
What's up, man? Who's calling?
My name is Benjamin.
Well, one more time.
Benjamin?
Oh, Benjamin. Benjamin, what's up, man? How can I help?
Okay, so for a while, I was playing phone tag with you. I was really hesitant as far as getting into it.
Okay. Wait, when you say phone tag, as in you were like hesitant to call me, or you were calling and
Contact you in general. You reached out to me several times, and I honestly was bashing away.
Oh, well, like one of the coaches. Okay, okay, I got you. Probably one of the coaches on the team. Gotcha.
All right, yeah, I had a lot of things going on with my mother back and forth.
Yeah, no worries.
Greg back in New York, you know.
Cool.
So I was able to hold on to everything, and I didn't get rid of anything. I'm financially stable and everything, thankfully. And I ran into a really, really good deal in Ollie's, believe it or not, of all places, right? Shopping for, just some cheap stuff for my mom at the house.
Okay.
Ran across an entire bulk amount of the Monopoly 24-25 games.
Monopoly 20.
The NBA Monopoly.
Oh, okay. I thought it was actual Monopoly, like the game. I was like, huh? Okay.
No,
yeah.
It is. They're actually printed Monopoly on the NBA cards. They're NBA.
Yeah. No, I'm aware of them.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so I got these in bulk at $1.49 a box.
Okay, and what do they sell for?
On the shelf, they were at like $8.99.
Well, let me look it up. So what? It's 2024. You said
23 to 24 with Victor in the main pack.
So then it's probably 24. 24. So you're asking. Go on.
Yeah, so I have a bulk amount of these cards, like insane amount, right? So like I have obviously the 100 Victor rookies that are base set, whatever. And then I have the bulk amount of Victor rookies in the foil prism, the gold or the like the background, like the bronze background, the silver background.
Yeah.
And then I have a bulk amount of Durant's and LeBron's and everything. What of those would be worth grading, and what would those what would be worth hanging on to?
None of it's worth hanging on to, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
And then
best place to nuke it.
To sell the bulk of them, you can use a site called. You can do it yourself, or you can use a site called COMC. COMC.
I'm grabbing my notebook here.
Yep.
Because I'm okay. So I'm also like a huge TCG collector. I've been playing Magic the Gathering since '93, and I have cards worth an insane amount of money that I don't even want to part with yet. So like, I want to get into the sports stuff, and then my Pokemon collection is unheard of on top of the MTG collection, and then my sports is just breaking the plane.
Got it. Cool.
So I have like all the okay. So like the rookies and stars set, I know it's not worth much, but it's completed, and I have all the inserts. For the NFL, as well as the absolute set. The only thing that I'm missing currently, obviously, I didn't crack any of the kabooms, the 101s or the glasses, but all their crusades, all of the thrillers, all of the crashes, I got it all. Are any of those worth holding on to yet, or that's still too new, right?
You're talking to someone that doesn't. I don't hold any cards.
Okay.
Of guys that are playing.
I'm not really looking to get rich off of anything. I'm just trying to figure out what would be worth getting rid of. Is there anything really worth holding at this point? If I'm like not really into like collecting sports at all, and I'm really let go of it at this point, like what should I be looking to invest in, or what should I be selling to put into as an investment?
So to keep the answer very simple, because you did say 17 things there,
Oh yeah,
is
sorry, man.
anybody who's playing, me personally, if it was my cards, I would sell it all to keep it
Thank
very
you.
basic. Sell it all.
Okay.
None of it's worth investing into. Most guys do go down in value as time goes on.
Now you said you have a few a few items that you collected from like the early Bowman in the 50s for the MLB.
Yeah, I have like a big vintage collection of like it's a mostly baseball, some football, hockey, basketball, like 50s, 40s, 30s cards.
Now, if I don't need the money in return that I get for this, is it worth investing it into something like that vintage?
In my opinion, yes, but it's very tricky
Yes.
because you want to make sure you're getting it at the right price. But yeah, the vintage is, obviously I do it, so I'm going to say it's worth it. But yeah,
And if I came to see you personally,
came to see me personally, like showing up at my house.
to talk about it after I nuked my bulk.
So I don't do that. Unfortunately,
card show you can refer me to.
Oh yeah, at a card show. Yeah.
Yeah, not personally.
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna like ring my doorbell.
I'm really new to the whole talking over the live shit.
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, at a card show. Yeah, come to any of them. When I set up with them, I'm more than happy to help. You can bring cards to me. I'll tell you what I think. The next card show I'll be at, I believe, will be the Pittsburgh Card Show, which is.
Oh my god, that's so close.
Yeah, I think that's the next one. I'll confirm, but I believe that's the next one I'll be at.
Oh my god, dude, that's phenomenal. This is like crazy that I called today.
Yeah.
You've been reaching out, like I said, for about your crew for like 6-7 years.
I could because I don't have the time to do it on this call. But
yeah, go ahead. There's other people.
No.
Time.
What I was gonna say, because you are the last caller, I could have a coach just contact you to go over everything with you, like so you could actually show them pictures, because it's hard for me to give you advice without seeing actual pictures and exactly what you have.
Right. And another thing, man, like I really love your show.
Thanks,
and
man.
like the whole like relationship advice and like just the real talk you talk about is like great, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I get some hate for the relationship stuff, but I appreciate you liking it.
We all gotta learn.
Well, hey man, I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you so much for your time, man.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, and that is a wrap. We do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Hopefully you guys bought a little bit of Bo Nix and a little bit of McCarthy. Not McCarthy. A little bit of Penix. Malik Willis is going up. I'll leave it off with this. I couldn't believe that these were the sales of, check this out. This makes me feel smart, which is why I'm showing you guys this. But Malik Willis, his stuff is up. This card was like $250 to $270, and there's sales of $270 or $373, $490, $600. I don't think the sale's real. It's kind of too high, but his stuff is up. So for those of you guys that listen to the podcast and follow along, it worked. So that's good. But yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. We do this. We go live. Feel free to call in. I'm more than happy to answer anybody's questions. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel.